Dane Massey, it doesn't come a whole lot better than that. I mean, barring that obviously the disappointing penalty, but it's an 8-1 win and a goal for yourself as well.
Yeah, exactly. Great performance all around by the team. We prepared really well this week. That's the end of the first round of the game, so that's 29 points out of 33. So all in all, we're happy out.
It's been an extremely good start to the season for Dundalk, and you seem to have just gotten stronger from last year.
Yeah, well, coming in pre-season, we knew what the challenge was coming in, and we knew we had to get the heads down and work even harder this year. Teams would come here and play defensive, so we had to come up with a few different ways of playing at home and change things up. But we've come out and we've done well, and we're strong.
All due respect to Bray, they will have come here trying to close ye down, and like that shows a certain amount of quality that you managed to breach the Bray defence, which was like they weren't bad at all today.
No, Bray, in fairness to them, are a good squad. They have good players in the squad, like the likes of Alan McNally. He's been around a good couple of years, and he'll get the players in around him. He'll get them more organised, and the new manager Magic, he's done well when he's come in. So they came here, they had a plan, and unfortunately for them, like we were on our game today, and we played really well.
It's always fun to play against your old club, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's the Bray. I have a lot of respect for the Bray lads, and they work really hard. So hopefully they'll kick on now and get a few results.
And for yourself personally, it's been a great season, because not only like have Dundalk been playing well, you've been having your own good performances, but the press are touting you as the answer to Ireland's left back problems.
No, it's nice to get a bit of recognition, but no, I'll keep the head down and keep going, and it's important that I keep improving myself, and I won't stop working hard.
Did you allow yourself to get a bit excited when you heard that Martin O'Neill was actually actively having a look at you? Or?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice, and no, look, I just have to keep the head down now, and whatever happens. They can do no harm calling a few League of Ireland players up, but we'll see what happens in the next squad.
Alright, thank you. Brian Kane, it's a very disappointing result, but I mean, you have to look at it in the way that you were playing against probably one of the best sides that you would have played against in your whole time in the League of Ireland.
Yeah, but the way we crumbled, whatever, first goal screamer, but the rest of them four set pieces, was it? 4 free headers.
4 corners, yeah.
At any standard, that doesn't happen, so we're killing ourselves before we even get into the game. You see it after a minute last week, and see it after 2 today, so we're not giving ourselves chances in games.
You got your chance to come on today, obviously, but does it look like Stephen's okay, or was it a serious injury, or was it just a bit of dizziness at the time?
I haven't even spoke to him. I'd say it's just dizziness. Yeah. He's not physically hurt, I don't think.
And coming here to Dundalk, it was always going to be tough, but you look at the players they have at their disposal, and the way they're drilled to play their football, it's really you're probably not going to play against a team as strong as that probably ever again in the League of Ireland.
No, hopefully not. Next week's the big one for us. Strada in around us. Not to dismiss what happened today, but we don't look at games like that really. We're hoping more than expecting. Next week we expect a performance out of us, and we'll have to go forward from here.
And how different has it been? Because obviously Alan left amidst, as always at Bray Wanderers, a lot of controversy. But how different has it been? And how hard has it been for the players to adapt to having a new management team?
Magic's been around, and the two there with the 19s, we all train together anyway. So it's no real adoption needed. But whoever comes in, it doesn't really matter if you play like that. It doesn't matter who's managing us.
And finally, you mentioned Drogheda. It's a massive game, and in that fight for staying up, I mean, they're one of those teams who you were saying you can expect to get a result from, especially because Bray have shown in other games, maybe not today, but that they have the quality to definitely be beating teams like Drogheda United.
Yeah, when we went on a run, you just need something to click for you. Everything changes with one goal or one tackle. You just need something to happen for us early. Like we did against Sligo, we're 14-1 in the bookmakers to get a result.
Yeah.
We scored, and we just lifted everyone. Then we bet Limerick, then we went to Derry and got a result, so we can do it. But just needs a bit of hard work now. Back in training Wednesday and just go at it again.
Thank you. Yes, that's a very disappointing result, especially considering it wasn't Bray's worst performance of the year, but it was just Dundalk. It seemed like every single time they had a chance, they took it.
No, basically, if you look at the game, and I said just a couple of minutes ago that you have second minute of the game and you have 1-0 down, and then you have 3 corners, 3 headers, and you have 4-1 because we got into the game from the penalty which we had. But it's a climb to mountain to climb after 4-1 at the half time. And if I look at the game, it's just basically I see the corners, 3 headers, and that's it. Because then if you are losing 5-1, 6-1, of course it's just disaster from this perspective. Disaster never happened to me, to be honest. I'm just very disappointed. Last 2 games we conceded so many from 3 headers. That's how it is.
You mentioned that. I mean, the corners would be the most disappointing aspect because it just seemed like nobody was picking up like the likes of Gartland and Boyle and stuff, who are always going to be threatening in those situations. situations.
But it's very weird because even from the time when we came from under 19s just as a caretakers here, if I look at the game against Sligo, Limerick, Derry, that we defended very well, all the set pieces, all the corners, and then it's a mental thing. Then against Rovers we were a bit tired after Derry game, after 2 days. We don't have such a full squad, a very strong full squad that we can juggle around and play different players. So we could see that against Rovers that we were tired, and we conceded from basically from corners. And I think it's just we practiced a couple of things in training, but today again I think the heads were down when we were a couple of goals down.
And finally, next week it's a very important game, Drogheda United. I mean, they're closer to the level because they're closer to the place in the league that Bray Wanderers will be, and it's a very important that you can like get back to getting those results against them.
Yeah, but cannot be worse. Cannot be worse. Like, you know, I never lost 8-1 or 7 even. So I think it's first time in my life. So I don't know. It's going to be probably a change in the club this week, and hopefully we can get a result.
Actually, do you still see yourself as part of the Bray Wanderers backer team when your time that you're allowed to be the manager comes to an end?
I don't know. To be honest, I was with the club for 1.5 years, and even previously 3 years ago with the first team as a first team coach. So we'll see who is going to come and if I'm going to be part of it.
Thank you very much, Darragh Horgan. That must be one of the better days of your playing, like one of the better games you've ever been involved in.
Yeah, we're very good today, really. Everyone 1 to 11 really had a great game, you know, and even the 3 boys that came off the bench made a big impact too, you know. So very, very happy with what went, and we can't complain the slightest.
4 goals from corners would have obviously been disappointing on Bray's end, but they actually didn't play like 8-1 doesn't reflect their performance, it just reflects how dominant Dundalk were.
Yeah, I think it was not being bad, but it was nothing against Bray. I think we just were, as you said, very, very good today. You know, some of the one-touch football. Ronan Finn's goal was incredible. Obviously the 4 corners, sometimes you just can't defend against that, and obviously just a good game all around, you know. I thought we controlled it from start to finish.
I mean, this, like, coming in having won the league, like, you know, you would have seen it when Sligo did it a few years ago, and like Shamrock Rovers even before that, and it's like it's very tough to come in and be equally as good as you were the season before, but it looks like Dundalk have actually improved.
Yeah, I think so. You know, we seem to have kicked on a bit alright, you know. It's going to be very, very difficult, and it's still very early, you know, so we're not getting ahead of ourselves in any way, shape or form. But it's a good start. It's a very good start, and we just have to keep going the way we're going. If we can keep playing the way we're playing and keep playing like the way we did today, we should be alright. But as I said, it's a long way to go. 1/3
of the way done. I mean, to have only dropped, I think it's 4 points in the whole time. That's a very, very impressive end to the first series of games.
Yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of good teams up around the top who aren't going to drop many points either. You know, and we've obviously got the upper hand against the couple this time around, but next time it could be different. So it's a long road ahead, but definitely delighted to be on top at the moment and playing well.
The next series of games is going to be all the more difficult because the FAI Cup is going to start. You're going to have the 2 Champions League games, hopefully more Champions League games, and it's probably going to be the toughest, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It was the same last year. I think we had a great European record. When we played Europe and then we played in the Sunday, we done fairly well. So we're going to have to hopefully keep going that. But that's why we have a very good squad, and we have a brilliant squad. I've seen the 3 lads who came on today, and the lads who didn't even come on, and even there's a couple of young lads on the stand who have been excellent so far in training. So we're definitely not too far away.
And looking at like people have been talking about it for a while. Like, would you say that this is probably the best squad you've ever played with?
Oh yeah, I'd say so. No disrespect to any squads. Like the Sligo squad was very good, and obviously the Cork were probably underachieved a small bit of Cork. But I think at the moment when you've won a league and you're playing well at the moment, then definitely it's up there, one of the best squads I've ever played with, probably the best.
All right, thank you very much. Darren Meenan, it's a very, very impressive result, and it probably reflects more so how good Dundalk were than necessarily Bray's performance.
Listen, they had a bad result last week, but you know, they're a good side. You know, we got a goal early, I think, that killed them. It was a great goal by Richie, and you know, we went on and got a few more, and it's all about the 3 points today.
4 goals from your deliveries. I'd say you must be delighted with that.
Oh yeah, we have big lads there that are going to attack them. We work on them in training, and lucky enough we got 4 from them today, and we paid off. So we'll dust ourselves down and get training in the morning and look for Longford on Saturday.
Speaking of the number 4, that's the amount of points you've dropped in the first series of games. All in all, it's a very impressive end to this first series of games, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're disappointed in losing them 4 points, to be honest with you. The last minute goal down in Limerick, and it's even against Rovers, the 2-2 as well. Like we got 2 up, and we made a balls of it, to be honest with you, which I didn't think was a penalty kick. I think it was a bit outside, but these things happen.
There was no debate about that. It was definitely not a penalty.
These things happen in football, and everybody makes mistakes, but today was a great result, and that was it.
This upcoming series of fixtures is going to be very difficult because you've got the FAI Cup starts and you've got the European games as well.
Yeah, we have the squad there that's competitive enough. There's lads there that keep me on your toes. We have a great squad there. You see Stevie O'Donnell coming on there. He was great last year for us. John Mountain, you see Jay Kelly, Curtis Bourne, and there's other players there as well that can step in, and they wouldn't look out of place.
It's a strange one because usually teams struggle to stay at the level they were after winning the league, but it looks like Dundalk somehow are actually better than last year.
Yeah, we brought in some players, and obviously we lost Pat, and but Davey has done a great job. He probably hasn't got the credit he deserves, but he's player of the month as well, and he's fed off that, and he's been brilliant for us. He's been one of our best players.
Finally, would you say this is the squad this year is the best squad you've ever been involved in?
We're always looking to improve. You're probably saying how can you improve or this or that, but there's always things that you can get better on, and we'll look forward to Longford now, and hopefully we get the 3 points.
Thank you very much. Richie Towell, a phenomenal result really. 8-1, that's not the scoreline you see every week.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, we've been playing some really good stuff the last couple of weeks, and I think it all came together tonight. Some great goals on show, and I think we're a little bit disappointed we conceded one, but that's football,
You seem to be enjoying yourself here in Dundalk. It's your 3rd year here, is it? And it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, I love it here, we're like a family. We are, all the lads get along together. It's a great circle to be in, so hopefully it can continue and the results can keep going our way,
You're almost as famous as someone from One Direction around here, all the girls screaming and everything for you.
It's crazy, it is, yeah, but as I said, that's what we're all like, a big family, everybody interacts with each other. There's no difference between players and fans, so it's great when you have that around the stadium, and you see with the atmosphere here today is unbelievable,
And there's obviously every single break or transfer window, there's always talk about you going over to England or to Scotland. You were overdoing a few trials over the Christmas break, but what would have convinced you to stay in Dundalk?
No, I got made a few contract offers in England and Scotland, I did, but I was just wasn't the right time, I'm delighted with the decision I made to stay at Dundalk. I think it shows in the performances I've been putting in, so it's just great when you make the right decisions, and it was only one team I was going to sign for if I was staying in Ireland,
You've done the whole UK thing almost now, because you were at Celtic and on loan then at Hibernian. Did those experiences help in your decision making this time around?
Yeah, no, there's always positives and there's always negatives in every situation, The move just wasn't right for me in the last transfer window, it wasn't, and I'm delighted that I'm staying at Dundalk. It's a great club, it is, and great fans, and they see that with the players, the managers that they're bringing in, there's a lot of good talent in the squad, so hopefully we can do good things this year.
When you were at Hibernian, Pat Fenlon, who's managing Shamrock Rovers now, would have been in charge just after Colin Calder would have brought you in originally, and you got a lot less game time when Pat was in charge. It must be nice to be sitting 6 or 7 points ahead of him in the table now.
Yeah, to be fair, fair, I don't really care about him anymore. You know, he's doing his own job at Shamrock Rovers, and I'm fully concentrated on what I do for Dundalk. Obviously, it was a bit of a negative time when I was there, coming towards the end. But that's football, you know. Some people rate you, some people don't, and I'm lucky that Stephen Kenny has a lot of faith in me, you know.
And you know, like it's been a good week because both of your former clubs there, they've both done quite well. Hibernian secured second spot in the championship, and Celtic secured the league title.
Yeah, it's great, and I have a lot of friends still at both clubs, so it's great to see them doing well. It is, but as I said, I'm just fully concentrated on what we're doing here. We're going to do good things this year, so I'm just delighted I'm part of it, you know.
And finally, back to Dundalk. I mean, looking at it, you've finished the first series of games now. You've only dropped 4 points, and the next series is going to be the really tough one though, because you're going to have FAI Cup and you're going to have the Champions League as well.
Yeah, and to be fair, we probably shouldn't have dropped the 4 points, you know. Against Shamrock Rovers, we were cruising 2-0, we were, and then we went down to 10 men, which killed us, and last minute goal against Limerick. So we probably could have 10 or 11 straight wins, but that's football at the end of the day. You have to take the good with the bad, and we're just delighted to have bounced back from them 2 games, you know.
Actually, are you excited about the Champions League game? It's only like a month or 2 away now.
Yeah, I think everybody is around the club, you know. There was great hype last year with the Europa League, and we done really well in that, so hopefully we can go one better this year and do well in the Champions League as well.
Thank you.